We're going to call to order the Tuesday, April 6th meeting. We're going to, in just a moment, stand for a moment of silence. But before that, we'd like to recognize Major Hall. He has announced his retirement, and we just want to thank you for your service to this country and the service to Flagler Schools. Thank you very much. Now, if you please rise for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and the presentation of the colors. Well, I'm sorry, please present the colors. Yeah. Colors are presented by First Lieutenant Anna Hertz, Sergeant Jacob McClure, Staff Sergeant Mason Sepersed, First Lieutenant Joseph Sherman. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. I'd like to ask Miss Emily Haston, Matanzas High School, who's going to sing the national anthem for us this evening, to come forward.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, please be seated. All right, so we'll start with roll call.
Stanley Gatzik, present. Brendan Wong, present.
Colin Conklin, present.
Cheryl Macheral.
Sally Hunt.
Christy Chung.
Will Furry, present.
LaShaka Moore.
Okay, we're going to move on to special announcements. We have, first off, at 2.02, we have Mental Health Awareness Month presented by Ms. Brandy Williams.
Good evening, Board, Chair Furry, and Superintendent Moore. We know there's a link between our students' overall wellness and the academic achievements that they have. So I'm here tonight to talk about how important it is for us to be recognizing May as Mental Health Awareness Month. So a resolution of the Flagler County School Board recognizing May as Mental Health Awareness Month. Whereas there is a proven connection between good mental health and overall personal health, and whereas mental illness affects almost every family in America, and whereas people with mental illnesses recover if given the necessary services and supports in their community, and whereas people with mental illnesses make important contributions to our community and our families, and whereas millions of adults and children are disabled by mental illnesses every year, and whereas 1 out of 2 people with a serious form of mental illness seeks treatment for his or her mental illness. And whereas stigma and fear of discrimination keep many who would benefit from mental health services from seeking help. And whereas research shows that the most effective way to reduce stigma is through personal contact with someone with a mental illness. And whereas good mental health is critical to the well-being of our families, communities, schools, and businesses. And whereas greater public awareness about mental illness can change negative attitudes and behaviors towards people with mental illnesses. And I could read it if you want me to. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Flagler County School Board, we do hereby recognize May 2024 as Mental Health Awareness Month and encourage everyone in our community to recommit to increasing awareness and understanding of mental illnesses, reducing stigma and discrimination, and promoting appropriate and accessible services for all people with mental illnesses. Adopted by the members of the Flagler County School Board, Flagler County, Florida, at the regular open public meeting thereof held on the 16th day of April 2024.
Signed by Will Furry, Chair, School Board of Flagler County, and LaShaka Moore, Superintendent, Flagler County Schools. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Board and
Ms. Williams. Okay, our next one is Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And so I will read this one here. A resolution of Flagler County School Board recognizes May as Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Whereas Asian Americans and Pacific Islander Heritage Month seeks to honor and recognize the contributions of residents from Asia, India, and the Pacific Islands. And whereas Congress in 1979 designated the week of May 4th as an annual celebration and observance of Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Week. The week-long celebration was extended to the entire month in 1990 by an act of Congress. The observance is traditionally celebrated in May to mark the arrival of the first Japanese immigrants in the United States on May 7th, 1843. It also marked the Transcontinental Railroad's completion on May 10th, 1869. And whereas since 2010, Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders have seen significant population growth. The latest estimates from the U.S. Census show more than 3,000 people, or 2.5% of Flagler County's population, identify as Asian, Native Hawaiian, or Pacific Islander. And whereas we acknowledge Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders have lived in Flagler County for many years, contributing to our local economy, culture, education, politics, arts, literature, science, and technological developments. And whereas the theme of this year is advancing leaders through innovation. And whereas Asian Americans and Pacific Islander Heritage Month allows us to appreciate and celebrate the importance of inclusion and building a brighter future for all residents by recognizing the contributions and accomplishments of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Flagler County School Board that Flagler Schools recognizes May 2024 as Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month and encourages all residents to participate in activities in promotion of Asian American and Pacific Islander heritage, adopted by the members of the Flagler County School Board, Flagler County, Florida, and at the regular open public meeting thereof held on the 16th day of April, 2024, signed by Will Furry, Chair, School Board of Flagler County, and LaShaka Moore, Superintendent of Flagler Schools. Next, we'd like to highlight Water Safety Month, and we have Brielle Goldberg. Let's come forward. Welcome.
Thank you. A resolution of the Flagler County School Board recognizing May as Water Safety Month in Flagler County. Whereas swimming and aquatic-related activities contribute to good physical and mental health and enhance the quality of life for all Floridians and visitors. And whereas education in water safety helps prevent drowning and water-related injuries. And whereas, with 18 miles of beach within Flagler County, plus hundreds of private pools, lakes, canals, and hotel pools, the danger of drowning is everywhere. And whereas WaterSafe, founded in 2016 as a community response to child drownings in our community, has offered free swim lesson scholarships to local children. And whereas Flagler County is fortunate to have another resource for swimming lessons in Aquafin to partner with WaterSafe. And whereas it is important for everyone, including children, parents, and caregivers, to be aware of water safety rules and programs in order to prevent drownings and recreational water-related injuries. And whereas Water Safety Month in Florida is an opportunity to promote water safety and provide education on the prevention of recreational water-related injuries, illnesses, and deaths.
Now therefore, be it resolved by the Flagler County School Board that Flagler Schools joins the nation in recognizing May 2024 as National Water Safety Month as a symbol of our commitment to creating a safe environment for recreational and physical activity across the country, adopted by the members of the Flagler County School Board, Flagler County, Florida, at the regular open public meeting thereof held on the 16th day of April, 2024, signed by Will Furry, Chair, School Board of Flagler County, LaShaka Moore, Superintendent, Flagler Schools.
Thank you. I'm going to be leaving some flyers for Aquafin Swim School as well as our annual Water Safe event, which is coming up next Saturday, April 27th at the Belterre Swim and Racket Club from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. We encourage everyone to come. We'll be promoting our awesome swim lesson programs in the community, but especially our swim lesson scholarships available for all families in Volusia and Flagler counties who are facing financial need. Again, I'll leave these flyers over at the table for anyone to take.
Thank you. Thank you. So now I'd like to call up our Employee of the Year, Jimmy Sorrentino. And he's also, to note, in the top 5 for the Employee of the Year of the state. So welcome. Thanks for being here. Congratulations.
So I read the whole thing? So the resolution of the Flagler County School Board recognizes May as Teacher and Employee Appreciation Week. And whereas teachers mold future citizens through guidance and education, and whereas educators encounter students in widely different backgrounds, and whereas our country's future depends upon providing quality education to all students, and whereas our educators spend countless hours preparing lessons, evaluating progress, counseling, and coaching students and performing community service, and whereas the job of teaching our children cannot occur without the support of all employees who work in Flagler schools, and whereas our employees ensure our children get to and from school safely, learn in a clean and safe environment, properly fed, counseled, and aided throughout the school year. And whereas Our community recognizes and supports its teachers and employees and the role they play in educating the children of Flagler County. And
now, therefore, be it resolved by Flagler County School Board that the week of May 6th through 10th, 2024 is recognized as Teacher and Employee Appreciation Week in Flagler schools. And further be it further resolved that the School Board of Flagler County strongly encourages all members of our community to join with in personally expressing appreciation to our teachers and employees for their dedication and devotion to their work. Adopted by the members of the Flagler County School Board, Flagler County, Florida, at the regular open public meeting thereof held on the 16th day of April, 2024, signed by Will Furry, Chair, School Board of Flagler County, and LaShaka Moore, Superintendent, Flagler Schools. Thank you.
all right, I can't hide no more.
I know you're shy. Yeah, stay here. Come here, Jim.
Don't worry, he does. No, you're not.
Go get those guys in the middle. Jim, scoot over a little bit for me, my friend. Excellent. Here we go, guys. 1, 2, 3. Big smiles. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to Spotlight. Superintendent Moore, do you have Spotlight for us?
I do. I'll first start by saying I get the pleasure of seeing Mr. Jimmy every day. He greets me in the car rider line as he's welcoming students at Buddy Taylor Middle School, and I appreciate all the support that he and our support staff provide to our teachers, because I know I have a nephew at Buddy Taylor Middle School that he shows a lot of love to on a regular basis. So thank you, Mr. Jimmy, for sure. So our spotlight today is a special spotlight. We are going to take a moment to spotlight our student board members. And so we are so excited to have both of our amazing student board members. And I do know that Mr. Bosterdet is in the crowd, and I'm going to invite Mr. Bosterdet to come up, say a few words, love on Brandon, and then we're going to continue to move forward and, share a little about Stanley as well. So Mr. Bosterdet.
Good evening, board. Well, good to see everybody. Superintendent Moore. I can't say enough about Brenham. He's a perfect example of exactly what it means to be a Bulldog. So what I've been most impressed of this year is his presence with all of our student leadership groups to really capture the voice of everybody on our campus, to be able to bring some important topics, some of the vision that we are trying to strive for at FPC. Again, he's exactly what you want your kids to strive to be. So we're very proud of you. You represented FPC very well. There's no doubt that you have a very bright future. So we appreciate everything you've done for our county. Thank you.
And our administrators for Matanzas are en route, but I want to say the same things about Stanley. I know, Ms. Massero, you're probably biting at the bit to share about both of these amazing gentlemen, but they are a great representation of what it means to be a Flagler County Schools scholar. And so we just wish the both of you so much luck on your next steps and endeavor. Continue to be a great leader wherever you go, but we do remind you to come home, because this is home. It will forever be home. We ask that you come back and serve here in this community. So we're going to give a moment for each board member to share a little bit, and then we are going to present you with a gift that is from Flagler Schools, Flagler School Board, and the Flagler Education Foundation, which Ms. Rizzo is in the audience. And so thank you so much. And we'll start with Dr. Conklin, if you want to share anything.
I wrote it on your gift bags, but I'll say it both to you publicly. Just thank you for being a voice for the student body. Thank you. It's not easy sitting up here. It can be a little intimidating, but thank you for being bold enough to share your opinions. Oftentimes it's from your mouth that kind of grounds us in some of the decisions that we make. So your impact was critical, and I hope the experience has been a good one for you all, and you'll take it forward. But just like Superintendent Moore said, come home. Go back, go explore the world, but Flagler County needs you, so come on back home when you're ready.
First of all, I don't know if you realize that these two student positions also are very important to the virtual teen town halls that we have every year. And they're also important to the Teen Summit, which is coming up in 2 weeks. These two gentlemen did the best job ever in getting participation, We would have at least about 30 participants every virtual teen town hall. They stimulated the conversation. They got great results. And by far, best year ever for the virtual teen town halls. And it wouldn't be without the two of you doing such a great job. So thank you from the deepest part of my heart for getting into the kids' heads and getting them involved. And then they were all talking. And that's how we learn what students really need and what they want. And that's what's so important. I wish you both the best of luck in your endeavors. It's going to be different. One's going to be a Gator, and one's got some big choices ahead of him to decide where he's going to go. But they're going to do well wherever they go. They're going to make their marks. Thank you.
Well, I want to start by wishing you both the best of luck. Not that you need it, but congratulations on all that you've accomplished and all that you will accomplish going forward. But I just want to make sure that you guys know how important your presence has been here. You guys taking the time to put together an update for us on your respective schools. It's so important for us and for the community to hear that school is wonderful. Much is going on because we're here every month talking about some hot topics, sometimes some contentious topics. And I think sometimes some of the community thinks that maybe things aren't going so great, maybe at some of our schools. And so when you guys come in here and you say, no, in fact, there's a lot of great stuff going on, and we're graduating, and we're going to go on to do some really great things. I think Colleen kind of mentioned this a little bit, but it grounds us, it centers us, and it reminds us that while we have some contentious things to talk about in here, there's just a lot of really great stuff going on in Flagler schools. So thank you for your contribution this year. I appreciate it.
I just want to say congratulations, and I'm very excited for both of y'all's future. I can't wait to see how you impact our county and the rest of the world. I always encourage young people to just go for your dreams, take the risk. All you can do is try in life, and you might be surprised at where you land and what you accomplish. So excited for your future. Congratulations. Enjoy this season, and can't wait to see how y'all's futures unfold.
Yes, I echo a lot of what has been said, and truly an honor to have served up here on this dais with both of you. You know, you have represented your schools extremely well, and also been able to take back your perspective to your fellow classmates on what's happening at the board and give your perspective. And I think that is wonderful. And you clearly have demonstrated leadership amongst your peers, and I'm sure you've inspired many others that you may or may not even know that you've inspired by reaching this position. And I know you both can do great in everything that you pursue in life. So I wish you all the best.
We asked Ms. Thompson, will you bring forward, if you gentlemen can join down on the floor so we can get a picture with you in the bag. And we do invite Ms. Rizzo to come and be a part of the picture as well. The bags have messages on it from staff, from the Ed Foundation, as well as from the board. And we have some gifts in there for you that you don't have to open up here, but we do appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing the great things that you guys accomplish.
Guys, if you take a step that way for me, right, join them. There you go. Okay, here we go, guys. We're right here.
We have the Ed Foundation spotlight. Ms. Teresa Rizzo, welcome.
That is pretty difficult to follow, for sure. And I cannot continue to go on without saying Brendan is one of our very special Take Stock in Children students, and to see the choices of universities that he has to choose from is quite impressive. And I did whisper, "Go blue," in his ear, so we'll see what happens. All right, so good evening, school board, chairman, superintendent. Thank you for the opportunity for us again to be able to spotlight the Flagler County Education Foundation and some of the great things happening here in our school district. Our first spotlight tonight is a congratulations to an amazing Flagler Schools department. The Flagler County Education Foundation provides an opportunity for every Flagler Schools employee to give back to the students, teachers, and schools through our One for the Kids payroll deduction program. We always like to stir up a little bit of competition, as you know. And so each year we challenge each department, school, to have the highest participation. And this year, for the second year in a row, Plant Services, under the direction of Corey Bush, took the top spot with 70% participation. We're beyond grateful for this Plant Services team. Not only are they the highest percent of participation for One for the Kids, but they are also the catalyst behind Feeding Flagler's Future. Jeff Moreau, who is one of the Plant Services team members, actually came to us and asked us how he could help feed our homeless families during the holidays. This program has funding for next year, and we're ready to grow it and make it bigger. So I just want to shout out to Corey Bush. You all know how competitive he is, but he truly instills philanthropy and giving back to his team, and I truly believe that's a testament of a great leader. So I just want to thank Corey for that. Next, we also want to mention that tomorrow night is the Josh Cruz Writing Project anthology book launch at Buddyworth. Students will have an opportunity to share their selections that they've written. We have over 200 student selections being published this year in the book. And I just ask you, if you have the opportunity to join us from 5 to 7 at Buddyworth, when you see these students just gleam with pride of this published work that they're able to share, and then they're able to get their friends and family and the community to sign. They're able to sign their books. It's just an amazing experience. This is a program that's in every single one of our schools. It's a creative writing club for 4th through 12th graders, and it's just a fantastic night. We'll have cookies and lemonade provided by Food Services, so we ask you to join us for this wonderful evening. And our last spotlight tonight is our senior scholarship drive-by and surprise program. This is definitely a night that we look forward to every year. This program has actually grown so large that we are now splitting it between 2 nights. So May 7th is FPC, and that will be back in their cafeteria area. Their, what's it called, Brendan, by the pavilion or courtyard? Courtyard. It's a courtyard at FPC area. So come through there, and we'll be serving some barbecue, and then we'll get in our school vehicles and take off probably around 5:30, because I know you guys have a school board meeting. So it's going to be short, right? So you can get there quick. Okay. And then May 8th is Matanzas, and we'll be doing that drive-by and surprise as well. We'll have barbecue as well. This gives the schools an opportunity to make the event their own, and so it should be a great night. I do want to mention that last year we we awarded about 147 scholarships, totaling almost $400,000. This year, we will award over 180 scholarships, and we'll be over $450,000 this year. It's such an amazing night for our donors and community to be able to meet the families and the seniors getting the awards and have that moment of celebrating one-on-one. It's really a great night. Lots of tears, laughs, smiles. Just a fantastic night. So I thank you again for the opportunity to spotlight the Education Foundation, and you can always find more information at flagleredfoundation.org. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rizzo. Okay, so now we will move on to approval of minutes. I need a motion to approve 4.01 through 4.03.
Motion to approve.
Need a second?
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Ms. Chong and a second by Ms. Massaro. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously. Do we have any changes to the agenda? Okay,
Sorry, we do not.
we do not. So we will move on to public comment. Do we have anybody signed up for public comment this evening?
Well, not at this time, Chair Furry.
Okay. Well, if there,
Later.
Well, Chanel Shannon or
okay, so
comment on the evenings, but I mean.
there is no public comment?
not
Okay.
for this section.
Okay, so then we will move on to finance consent.
It's agenda item?
On agenda items. Okay. Okay. So being that it's not registered for agenda items, we'll move that to the next public comment. So we have the finance consent, 7.01 through 7.07. I need a motion to approve. I need a second.
Second.
I have a motion by Dr. Conklin and a second by Ms. Chong. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously. Academic services consent, 9.01 through 9.04. I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Ms. Massaro and second by Dr. Conklin. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously. Operational services consent, 10.01 through 10.05. I need a motion to approve.
Move approval?
Second.
Second.
I have a motion by Ms. Hunt and a second by Ms. Massaro. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously. We have human resource service consent, 11.01. Need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
I have a motion by Ms. Chong and a second by Ms. Hunt. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Chairman Fury, before we move on just a little bit, I just want to acknowledge, we have, if you look at the list of retirements, we have some legendary teachers and staff who are retiring. And so I just want to take a moment to just acknowledge and recognize them.
Please do.
We have a few more in the audience. Mr. Toot, yes, you're here. Just want to acknowledge you. Thank you. But we see folks like Coach D and Margaret Campanella and just some legends. I mean, there's some, I would list the whole group, but just legends retiring. So just want to take a moment to acknowledge them.
I'll give a shout out to Miss Schiller because she really did awesome helping my son. She's amazing.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you for highlighting that, Colleen. Okay, so we will now move on to 21, public comment. Do we have public comments?
Yes, we have Robin Foote, Robin like the bird.
Robin, please come forward.
Welcome.
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 Good evening, School Board, Flagler School Board. I'm here as an unofficial representative of the Belterre Swim and Racquet Club of approximately 1,100 members, as I understand it. We are, my wife and I live in Palm Coast, and we've been paying taxes there. Our family's been paying taxes there for about 20 years. I did not discover this wonderful facility until this year when we came down, and we used to be able to access some facilities at one of the private condominium associations in the Hammock, which no longer is available. I've fallen in love with this beautiful facility, and I represent these 1,100 members, and I have a petition that I asked those who were interested and felt the way that I did to sign, and I have some close to 100 signatures of people who, and we very strongly object to the decision of the Flagler School Board to terminate member access to the pool, which is a primary source of exercise for our collective membership and citizens of Palm Coast and Flagler County. A significant number of the members are seniors. Many of us have mobility issues, handicap issues, disability issues. Some of us, like myself, can really only exercise at a level that is very helpful by swimming. I swam at the University of Connecticut when I was a college student. I swam in high school. I'm not a great swimmer. I've just found that, thank God, I have this as a means to exercise. It's a very significant thing for seniors to be able to maintain their health, their mental well-being. Had a little discussion of that in this meeting tonight. And to take away our access to this exercisability is very detrimental to our health. Frankly, it's an affront, I think, to our dignity as seniors, our station in life, what we've contributed to the Palm Coast and Flagler community. And in fact, we feel it's quite discriminatory to senior citizens. You have a lot on your plate. My wife has been involved in education for over 20 years as a science teacher and also a master's degree in special education.
If you could wrap
We
up
pay
your comments.
43% of our taxes go to Flagler School System.
Reached your time limit.
Okay. So we're going to ask, and with 33% of the population in Flagler County being seniors, we'd like to ask your reconsideration of your decision to terminate the membership and access to the pool.
Thank you for your comments.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to submit this for you for the record as
Sure.
well.
Next speaker,
Chanel Channon.
Ms. Channing.
Yes, hi, Chanel Channing. This is on the topic of open topic in the evening meeting. And I wanted to speak to the debate that you had at the earlier meeting that you had. And what I wanted to speak to is, first of all, you referred to how it's always the same people speaking. And that right there is the reason why we need this open topic instead of having at the end of the evening meeting or at the other afternoon meetings. Because when people can come up in the beginning of the meeting, you're going to get more people. You're going to get the people who can't come, just like what it used to be. This is just returning to what it used to be, when it used to be that this got filled up with all sorts of people. And this is kind of a natural way of doing a meeting. This is nice, it's a nice setting. And people do like to see the proclamations and the awards. There's nothing wrong with that. It's nice to come and see that. And you know, the purpose of all this is to empower the parents and the community. And I have to let you know too, it really empowers the teachers. And this is really important for you to understand as a superintendent who's trying to get these teachers hired and trying to get them to keep their positions, because they can't very often speak about problems that they have without worrying about their jobs. And when parents can come up here and speak to some of the issues, when they can speak about issues such as some kid going around jacking off and how offensive that is, or bullying, about issues that they can't speak about, and the teachers can't get up and talk about these issues. You want parents coming up and talking about the issues. And then as far as the 8 o'clock, okay, it's really important for you guys to understand it's just one day a month, and that's why you were voted. And it just needs to be put out there that people should not run for office if they're not going to be willing to do that one day a month, that you stay a little bit late. And as far as, I'm sorry, I've been doing this for over 2 years, and I put out some emails, and I do get a response every once in a while, and I do, but a lot of times it's an automated response. But I'm sorry, Colleen Conklin, I've never even got an acknowledgement that you got the email. So it's inaccurate for you to say that you always respond. Thank you.
All right, are there any other speakers? Okay. All right, so I will close public comment and bring this back to the board, and we will move on to board member requests. Are there any board member requests this evening? Seeing none?
Yes,
yet?
I have one.
Okay.
And it's more for an educational piece, I hope, but how this board should be operated. At the last meeting, a month ago, we voted to close to membership Belterre Swim and Racquet Club. And that's fine. It was a 3-2 vote, and that was the vote. It is customary for school board members to support whatever the decision is. Whether you were for it or against it, we would support it. And I was willing to do that wholeheartedly until I saw a letter to the editor in the Palm Coast Observer from our chair, which disturbed me. In my 40-plus years of education and working with a number of educational boards as well as...
Are you making comments, or do you have a request
My
to bring
request
back
is
to the
coming,
board?
but you're going to hear it first. A number of comments, you know, and work with state boards. I was very disappointed that a 3-4 vote, which has two sides to every story, much of the information that was provided is accurate, but it also did not include the fact that there will be an $80,000 loss regardless. We're going to have at least an $80,000 loss every year, regardless if we have members or we don't. And I would hope that Robert's Rules of Orders will start to be dug in to our chair and be followed appropriately, because there are 11 duties that you have. That's it, 11 duties. You actually serve at the pleasure of the 4 of us. And I would hope that you would look at Robert's Rules, find out what those duties are, and maybe that letter to the editor will help you. But my request for you is to make certain that you attend Florida School Boards Association's chairmanship training. You're getting there, and I'm trying to help you as best I can. But you don't take a vote, a 3-4 vote particularly, to a letter to the editor.
I need to clarify something. I need to clarify something right now. First of all, you are taking this out of...
You make comments to the paper all the time. Like,
no,
all
I've
the
never
time,
written.
okay?
You can respond to.
So-
you can respond. That's called freedom of speech.
nothing wrong
A
with
letter
it.
to the editor that does not support.
Well, first of all, you've taken
4
that
us
out of
is wrong.
context,
It's out of,
Ms.
it's out of
Massaro.
order. It's out of order, and it's wrong.
Okay, we need to bring order back, and Ms. Massaro, you have taken that, you didn't even frame that correctly. The observer contacted me because there was a letter written about me, right? That was a response. If you look at the page, that was a response to a letter that was specifically targeted at me, okay? And that was my response in that letter to the editor, okay? So you're not characterizing that letter correctly. And there was nothing wrong with that letter, and I responded to the points in the comment, okay? So if you have a board request, I'd like to hear it now.
Board request was that you become familiar with the responsibilities of the chair and the duties of the chair.
Okay, thank you for that.
That is very...
Does anybody else have any other board requests? I see none. Then we will close board requests and move on to closing comments. So we'll start down the other side there.
Good evening, everyone. Our theater is performing Almost Maine this Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 7 p.m., and tickets are $10 and can be purchased online or at the front door. Our Meet Me in the Moonlight prom was a great success with a lot of student engagement and participation throughout our juniors and seniors. Our seniors are preparing for a lot of fun events before the end of year, with Grad Bash coming up this Friday and our senior lock-in coming out on May 3rd. Our steel drums is performing with the Jonathan Scales Forchestra in our courtyard tonight, an exciting collaboration with the pro group. 3 of our boys weightlifters are going to the state competition, and this includes Cole Hash, Jaden Sow, and Mason Leonard. We're looking forward to all of our end-of-year ceremonies and banquets for extracurricular activities as well as sports. And personally, I'd like to thank the board for this amazing opportunity to sit alongside all of you throughout the course of the year, and sitting here has greatly increased my public speaking skills as well as introduced me to the world of local politics.
So good evening, everyone. I'm also very excited to share some of our school's recent accomplishments and some of our upcoming events. So first and foremost, I'd like to give out shout outs to our FBC's girls flag football team. They were able to show their prowess on the field and wipe Matanzas with a score of 20-0, which is a pretty remarkable achievement we're all pretty proud of. We would also like to extend our congratulations to our boys and girls track team for their stellar performance as they secured second place with both teams at the 5-star conference championships. We also like to celebrate the individual achievements of Christina Borgman, an FBC girls wrestler who was able to clinch first place in the 126-pound national championships, and our girls beach volleyball team, who in their inaugural year of competition triumphed over Matanzas with a score of 4-1. Furthermore, we do have some outstanding students at our school, such as Nick Roth, who as a weightlifter has broken 3 more school records and won both the Olympic and traditional weightlifting titles within his weight class at our district championship, as well as our FBC's Jack Gilvery, who recently, within track and field, has been selected as the 2024 Florida High School Athletic Association Florida Dairy Farmers Academic All-State Team as one of only 24 seniors throughout Florida. And looking ahead, within our school, we have a special treat with our Flagler Auditorium hosting the SpongeBob musical at 7 p.m. on the days May 9th to May 12th. It is a very amazing performance, and the tickets can be purchased online or at the door with $15 for adults and $10 for students. And lastly, on Saturday, April 27th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Government Service Building, which is here, we'll be having our Team Summit, which, as Ms. Massaro mentioned earlier, is a accumulation of all of our teen town halls throughout the years, and we have a lot of different topics we love to cover. It includes lunch, breakout sessions, fun activities, and lots of different activities for our students to help get involved and get engaged with their learning. And before I finish, I'd like to quickly also thank everyone for providing Stanley and I this opportunity for being in front of the board, being able to listen on some of these vital school issues, learn more about parliamentary procedure, just overall getting deeper understanding of events that we may have not been able to see without you guys. And we cannot have done this without our wonderful faculty, students, support staff, family, or just anyone within our schools, whether it be some of our outstanding teachers and coaches like Mr. Von Glahn and Coach Kat at FBC, or some of the staff at Matanzas. We couldn't have done this with any of y'all. And without us working together, we wouldn't have been able to move Flagler forward as we have so many years. And besides that, thank you guys. Thank you for the opportunity and thank you for the experience.
Nice job. Nice job. Just a couple of things. I want to congratulate Buddy Taylor Middle School. They left previously, but their Sea Perch Robotics team, which is an underwater robotics team, won an international slot to compete in the international competition, which is held at the University of Maryland. I've gone to that competition before, and they have teams from literally every corner of the planet. It's really neat. So a big congratulations to them. That's not an easy feat, and I'm excited to see that they are going. I wanted to thank the Flagler Ed Foundation and Teresa Rizzo and her team for the golf tournament. It was an absolute blast. I want to thank the community members that participated and the sponsorships. It was a first-class event. It really, truly was. They thought of every single thing, and I can't wait to continue to attend, not being a board member. For a whole host of reasons, but that is a fun golf tournament if anybody is looking for something next year. But kudos to that team because it was really just first-class act. And again, I just got to give a shout out to Lori Normandy, who is Lori, who is retiring. I can't imagine FPC without her. I just can't. But really, the list, I'm looking forward to recognizing all of our retirees in the coming month. So that's it, really. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations again.
Okay, on the, as our gentleman already announced, the Raise Your Voice Teen Summit is Saturday, April 27th. The topics that will be discussed there is the Alcohol Literacy Challenge, social media footprint, sexting, texting, and cyberbullying. One Pill Can Kill, which deals with fentanyl, okay, and resiliency and emotional well-being. So those are the topics in the workshops, and we have professionals that present them. And then there's also going to be the DUI Teen Go-Kart experience, which is with Flagler County Sheriff's Office, where the kids get to put on goggles that stimulate the different signs of being drunk and trying to drive a little go-kart. So it's kind of fun. The kids really enjoyed that a lot. Also, Spotlight Talent Show, which is to crown the Entertainer of the Year for the Youth Center, is being held the last day of school, as it always is in the Fitz, on May 23rd at 6:30 p.m. It's a great show. Hopefully you'll get out to support some of our students from around different schools. I would like to also wanted to thank the Ed Foundation for their support of the Nexus Innovation Challenge. Nexus Innovation Challenge started 3 years ago, I believe. And what it is kids are asked to submit a project, team project. And what they did, out of 35 selections, they selected 4 teams. 2 from Matanzas, 1 from FPC, and a team from a school in Jacksonville. Then they go and do a presentation, and it's very professional. It's judged, what it's all about. They explain what their project is about. The topic this time was on social media and trying to get kids not to use it as much. And what was nice about it is the school in Jacksonville won first place, and each child gets a $1,000 scholarship. Second place got $750 scholarship, and third and fourth place each got $500 scholarships, each person. So it was really a wonderful event. I was fortunate enough that my daughter ended up as a sophomore with her team, and she got the $500 scholarship, which is a good start for a sophomore. But it's really neat to be involved in that activity. And that's it for me. And gentlemen, I wish you the best. All the best.
Good evening, everybody. Superintendent Moore throughout the school year has often let us know what day of school it is. I want to know who in this room knows how many days are left in the school year.
We don't count down.
Because I bet somebody in this room knows. But listen, with that being said, I just want to take a moment, because we are in the final stretch, and I just want to share both my appreciation and encouragement for the remainder of the year to our SRDs, our district leadership, our teachers, our staff. Just thank you. We're up here talking about all this crazy stuff, but you guys are out there every day getting these wonderful young people educated. So just, again, my appreciation and my encouragement as we finish out the year. So thank you all. Have a good night.
You know, it's sad that some people can't realize that they are the source of constant drama and comments out in the media almost daily and can't respect other board members, and that they are bullies. I'm gonna call it like it
There,
is.
Billy.
No,
He's the
this
biggest
is my
bully
time
we've
to
had.
talk. This
He's
is
the
my
biggest.
time to
I don't
talk.
care. He's the biggest.
You
bully
are a
we
bully.
have.
You're
so
a bully.
If you want to be,
You are what I hope
conservative-
our children do not end up like. Okay.
You work so well with the kids. Thank you.
I look forward to the coming elections. And on another note, I'm excited for graduations and just celebrating all those things coming ahead. It's always a fun time of year, and just like to see all the kids excited and all the promotions that go on. So thanks. Have a good night.
All right, everybody. Little fireworks tonight, but that happens sometimes. But don't worry, we're moving Flagler forward, and we've done great things, and we're going to do great things. So just hang in there, and but truly excited about what we have in store for the future of Flagler schools. And I would do wish that if there are people out there that are considering, a school board run for any of the districts, there are some positions available. Thank you.
Good evening. This is my favorite time of the year. We have so many end of year activities as we celebrate just the wrapping up of a year. We've accomplished a lot. We've done a lot of great things. I'm super excited for graduation. Many of the students that will be graduating this year, I've known since they have been in kindergarten. And so to be able to stand and offer words and confer their degree is so exciting. I'm just so excited. I'm excited about it. We have added to board docs for our afternoon meeting. It will also be on social media. All of our end of year promotion ceremonies, from our VPK all the way up to our graduation for Matanzas High School and FPC. So we ask that the community please be mindful of those different events. The traffic will definitely be heavy at those times and in those areas. I too want to just say to Stanley and Brendan, it has been an absolute pleasure, and we cannot wait to see all that you do. And you may be thinking, wait, there's one more board meeting that's coming up, but it's only like 2 days or a day before graduation, 1 day before graduation. And so we wanted to celebrate you tonight in the event that you and your family are in graduation preparation on that night. But you're still welcome back to come back on that night if you are not preparing for your big day. We appreciate our faculty, our staff. We're looking forward to celebrating our faculty and staff as we move into Teacher and Employee Appreciation Month for the month of May. We appreciate you guys. Thank you, and have a good night.
All right, this meeting is adjourned.